Today we're going to be making a shark collage. A collage is when you take different pieces of paper and you glue them together to create an artwork. We're going to start with a big piece of gray paper. Now, if you don't have gray paper or any of the colorful paper that we're going to be using for this project, you can always cut out your pieces and color them in later. So first we want to fold our paper so we have a really long rectangle. Try your best to line up the edges of the paper together. This way we can have a nice even fold. And make sure you press down on the folded part. Now we're going to make our shark head. I'm going to make a little dot right at the top of the folded side, so I know that I want my line to end there. I'm starting my line at the bottom away from the folded side and going towards the folded side. When you're done making your line, it should look something like this. Take a minute, pause the video if you need to, and make this line on your paper. It's important that you do this in pencil too, just in case you make a mistake, because we can erase pencil really easily. When you're happy with your line, we're going to cut along this line the best that we can. Really take your time. Make sure that the paper is still folded while you're doing this. It's going to feel like you're cutting through two different pieces of paper at the same time. This is because when we open it up, we're going to get a really big shark head that's the same on the left and the right sides. Now let's open it up and see our shark head. Your shark head will probably look similar to this. Now we're going to fold it back together and take a black crayon and color in one side of it. Now it's important we're not coloring in the entire shark head with the black crayon, just one side. This is going to give our shark a shadow effect. Now that we have the shark head all finished, we're going to make a smile for him and his eyes. We're going to take a small black piece of paper. If you don't have a small black piece of paper, any piece of paper will be fine. Just make sure that you color it in black right after you cut it out. Now we're going to fold this paper in half, just like we did with that gray piece of paper earlier. Try to line up those edges and push down on the folded area. Now I'm drawing this with a white crayon so that you can see what I'm doing, but you'll be using pencil. You'll be able to see your own line marks on there. So I drew a circle, and then I'm drawing half a smile, making sure that the smile is ending right at the folded part. That way, when we cut this out, the smile is going to be really, really big. And also, the eyes are going to be even too, because we're cutting through this paper that's folded. It's going to give us two eyes when we're done cutting. I'm carefully cutting along those lines, really taking my time. When you take your time, it's less likely that you'll mess up on anything. So really take your time, try to cut along those lines the best that you can. Now I have my smile all cut out. Let's open it up, and we have a big smile for our shark. Now we're going to glue these down. You can use a glue bottle or a glue stick, whichever one you have. If you're using a glue bottle, you don't need a lot of glue. You just need a couple of dots. If we use a ton of glue, it's going to start spreading outside of our paper and be really wet, and sometimes that could ruin our artwork. So make sure just a little bit of glue is fine. We can always add more if it's not enough. For the eyes, I just added one dot of glue on the back of each of them. And this is as far as we'll get today. So really take your time cutting and gluing everything together.